Welcome everybody to November 8th, regular legislative committee meeting. Start the meeting off with a motion for our agenda. Councillor Warwick makes the motion. Is there any additions or deletions? Hopefully there's no deletions. We'll all go home. Okay. All those in favor? Carried. Next, a motion to approve the minutes of our last regular ledge meeting. Councillor Curtis makes the motion. Any errors or omissions within those minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. First up, CAO Leggett.
Thank you, Your Worship. So first one here is in front of you. It's just a quick invite from Brownlee Law, and it's in front of you because it is an in-person invite there. If council so desires, there's 2 dates, one in Calgary, one in Edmonton next year. I know I'd like to attend this either virtually or in person there. I always find these legal seminars of value, but they're open to elected officials there, so just something to consider, and let us know if you'd like to attend.
Okay, so as long as everybody has that in their calendar, what's the RRSP by then?
Doesn't, I don't think it says.
But if you plan on going,
It's a long way out, yeah.
just let Sandra know, and we'll get it, and hopefully we'll be able to carpool and get everybody in there. It's usually very informative. There's lots of, in the, what do they call it, the bullpen session, and there's a lot of questions asked, and it's free advice from all our lawyers from Calgary and Edmonton are there. And okay, next up, CAO Leggett again.
Thank you, Your Worship. And this one's just looking for council direction to cancel the council meeting on Monday, November 4th. We got nothing pressing.
The 14th.
Or, sorry, yeah, 14th. Nothing pressing to bring forward on that agenda. And you guys are going to the conference there that
And
week.
plus, we'd like to get away earlier on that day. We have a 5-hour drive in front of us. Jameson and myself and Lane to get to the conference. So, and right now the folder is empty, so I checked yesterday with Sandra. There's no pressing issues that we need to deal with, so I'll need a motion. But we, like just a straw vote, is how we do this, because
just a consensus of council, because I have the time frame to cancel.
okay. So we'll go around. You okay?
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If something pressing comes up in between now and then, I'm sure we can have a regular council meeting with the deputy mayor in charge, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Thank you, CAO Leggett. I guess I'm the next. So we received a letter from Rebecca Schultz, the new Minister of Municipal Affairs. I am honored to serve as the new Minister of Municipal Affairs. I believe in the importance of local government to our province and its people, and I am excited to work with you to ensure Alberta's economic prosperity and strengthening the long-term viability of municipalities across the province. As Minister of Municipal Affairs, I'm committed to municipal capability building, transparency, and accountability, which are essential elements for responsible local government. My ministry will continue to support municipalities as you play a significant role in fostering the local economic conditions that improve Alberta's vibrant communities. Municipal Affairs will also continue to manage and provide financial support for the network of municipal library boards and regional library system boards that offer a vital public library service for Albertans. Through collaboration, we can reduce red tape and barriers by reviewing legislation and making certain Albertans are protected with appropriate safety code standards and supports for the construction and maintenance of buildings and equipment. I look forward to working together to strengthen municipalities in Alberta and to work with you on areas of shared interest. Sincerely, Rebecca Schultz. I just did an interview the other day with CBC, I think. I called them out on their funding for library boards. probably not gonna like me much. Anyway, I have never met, personally had a conversation with the Minister Schultz, but I look forward to it. What I do know of her, I know that she's a very smart person, and look forward to having a conversation with her, so. Anyway, that's that, and now we're gonna go right to roundtable discussions, starting with Councilor Curtis.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Not too much for me today. I will just throw out a date here for everybody. The very Vegreville Christmas is coming up Saturday, November 19th. So 10 a.m. to 4 is a Christmas arts and craft sale at the Social Center. Also 10 to 4, there is a very festive art show and sale at the Centennial Library Gym. 12 to 3, there's hay rides, warming fires, and family fun, also at the library. And then our 6 p.m. light up and light up parade as well. So put that in the calendar for the kids. It's coming up.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Lemko.
Thanks, Your Worship. I have nothing pressing at all to report today.
Okay, Councilor Barry.
Thank you, Your Worship. I think that I'll be echoing the sentiments there. The only thing that's come to me is a couple of comments on snow. As usual, trying to figure out why it didn't get cleared right off the bat, and now it's all icy. But I explained that it's not always that easy to get out there when it is still snowing. So I think the crews are out there right now getting some of the streets cleared off, and I think we'll see an improvement now that the snow has stopped. Thank you.
All right. Councilor Bullock.
I don't really have that much. Just going to add to Councillor Curtis's Saturday, November 19th, very Vegreville Christmas. Just for everybody to know that there will be pictures with Santa at the Social Center from 1 to 3. And basically that's about it for that. As for your comments on slippery around town, well, yeah, winter's upon us. I seen the sander out quite a bit already, so I think all that's being handled anyways, so I don't think there's much more to say right now. Just sharpen your shovels.
Thank you. Councilor Warwick.
Wow, this seems to be a theme. I actually didn't get any phone calls in the last 2 weeks, but the one thing that I did have a discussion with somebody about was they were just asking, and I know we do a really good job with this, but they did just mention, as we're planning over the Christmas break, as soon as possible, if we can have on our website or on our page what is open on our rec facilities over the Christmas break. So I know a lot of times it doesn't change a whole lot, but some of them were just talking about being able to plan. And the one comment I did hear in that discussion was if there is during the Christmas break available blocks of ice rental, that's something that they said would be great if there was a way to show when that might be. They said some families might look at booking just like a family skate or something if that's possible. So that's the only thing I heard. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I've had a few phone calls. Basically, most of them were positive. There's always questions on the first snowfall, but it just takes people a little bit of encouraging to go to our website and just to see where everything's explained to them there. So I did get an email from a senior advisor from Shell Canada, and I know there's been some talk in the community the last couple of weeks about a carbon capture product facility in our area. And so he did reach out and say that there is a project on the books, and there will be, it's the Atlas Carbon Storage Hub. It's a joint venture between Shell, Suncor, and ATCO. And basically, there will be doing some drilling in this area. They're not 100% that this is the area they want to use. But there will be, on Monday, November 21st, from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Vegreville Social Center, there will be an open house with no formal presentation, but there'll be lots of experts on hand for one-on-one conversations about what this project looks like, how it may affect this whole area. So hopefully I'm encouraging, I know there's some local farmers that have reached out to me and asked what's this all about. They've been contacted about letting somebody on their land to do some drilling and stuff. So it's not in 100% written in stone that this carbon capture project is going to happen here, but they are coming here to do some drilling, and they would just like to reach out to the community. So November 21st at 4 o'clock at the Social Center. If you have any questions, or if you just want to learn a little bit more about the project, please show up. Next, we'll go to the director highlights, and we'll start with Director Lefebvre.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a few notes, about 6 of them. The new ACE agreement has been signed between the town and Alberta East Central. That's been completed. It's a 1-year term, and we're looking forward to a new way of doing business with our new structure. So I think it's going to work out well, and Rhonda King, the administrator for the ACE line, is pleased as we are that we're able to still do business in this capacity. As you probably are aware, we've completed the equipment sealed bid sale at the landfill of our surplus or equipment that we were decommissioning. The process is completed. We are now in the process of accepting payment and having equipment picked up and hauled out. So it went quite well for us. The last sale we had, I believe, was 2015 on some of the equipment, and then in 2019 we surplused our ambulances when we left the ambulance service and went back to AHS. As you had mentioned, snow removal has begun. We've hit a couple of the drift spots after the wind and stuff on the Sunday. We picked up those first, and then did a couple of our areas. We've gone around all of the schools already because they're out of school. It's a great time to get in there and clean it up, and we'll do El Horton tomorrow. We'll finish that one off. So when they get back to school, pending no more snow and wind, we'll be in good shape there. Also, we're going to do the Main Street and downtown early Thursday morning, so that's usually a midnight or 2 a.m. start, and we'll get the whole downtown core looked after as well. Even though snow removal has just started, Jameson Brown has been really good working with our public works crew as far as organizing the priority routes, what's coming up tomorrow, what's coming up the next day, and that's happening again as it has before, as soon as we started. We did receive the draft Vegreville landfill site basis memorandum, which is the landfill study, if you will. We've gone through it. All the departments that are related to the landfill have gone through it, and we've just got a few touch-ups here and there and put this here instead of there, but the numbers will stay the same. So now that budget for us, and not for you, but for us is looked after, we can focus on this now and get it back on the table. So you should be seeing that in December. And the Strategic Transportation Infrastructure Program, the STIP grant that we've applied for the paving of the park entrance. I just had Your Worship sign off the letter. The application is complete and it'll be sent out tomorrow. And we should have the AMWAP, which is the water and wastewater program provincially for our capital works project for the Force Main. Those numbers have altered a little bit, as you're aware from our budget process. So again, we'll get that is next on the priority list. We have till November 30th, so we're doing okay. But by next week, we'll have that up and ready and have Your Worship sign that one too and get it out. Those are my highlights.
Thank you very much. Director Saskew.
Thank you, Your Worship. I don't have too much for you today. I've been focused on budget the last 2 weeks specifically. That's all I've been doing, so.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
We know it's in good hands.
Otherwise, I got nothing.
Okay, well, I never thought I'd hear you say that.
Just a little homage to Paul.
Okay. Thank you. CAO Leggett.
Thanks, Your Worship. Quick, just sort of a recap, I guess, from something that was voiced in the budget meeting there. I just want to confirm we've got the Manager of Protective Services role that's been hired. So that was signed, sealed, and delivered late last week. That individual starting on the 14th. Also, another piece of good news in that new Protective Services Department, the Fire Chief / Occupational Health and Safety Officer. We have an offer that's been extended to an individual. We're just waiting for signature on that one, so we should be wrapping that up here shortly soon too. That means out of the entire organizational review process, the only outstanding role we still have right now is Manager of Protective Services, and that one we're Finance Manager, and that one we're actively advertising for here as we speak. So we are getting some candidates, and we'll see where that lands after it closes. On the action item summary sheet, good completion rate on this now. We had quite a lengthy discussion at SMT about all of these. 3 items right now. One we expect to be closed off mid next week, which is the street lights at the Sunrise Lake. The manager there is just waiting for a last little bit of wrap up on that. Should be done middle of next week. BMX pump track. Unfortunately, I spoke to the contractor there this morning, and the weather's put the brakes on that pretty significantly. They did indicate that if we saw a break in the weather, they may be able to get some of the sort of pre-work done on it, but unfortunately, it's looking unlikely that that'll be completed here now this year. And then install the new highway signs. Those are actively ongoing. I don't have a firm commitment from the signage company as to whether or not they're expecting full completion and installation here this year, but we did choose the site, discuss the location, the spacing, orientation of the sign, all that good stuff. They're being built as we speak. So those are the only three that are really left on the ongoing list. A couple of them there, you'll note that we've just sort of crossed them off as being presented in the 2023 budget, and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Remembrance Day is on Friday. The services will be held in the Social Center. For those that want to march, you can march behind the Legion members, and there'll be some military officials and some police. Hopefully the weather's nice for them. I've made the march a few times. It's really not that bad if it's nice out. Anyway, the council meeting on the 14th is now canceled, and the Vegreville Christmas Light Up Holiday Parade is the 19th, and Sandra will be letting us know what our role will be and when to show up and what to wear. So usually she likes to coordinate us all with the same hats, so it'll be good. And that's about what we got for this meeting. Is there any other business of council that anybody else has? Seeing none, I adjourn. Go ahead.
Great job on the action item list. I'm sure we should get you some more actions because it's getting pretty thin now. So good job on getting all those completed.
Okay, well, if that's all we have for today's business, I adjourn the meeting at 3:20.
Okay, that's weird.
It is very weird.